What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're going to be going ahead and having a look at the awesome news that was just revealed today with version 11.0 officially being announced, and it's titled the Major version 11.0 version up notice, and they're not kidding when they say that. This update is humongous. There is a lot of different features that are going to be added in this update. Now, as for when this update is going to be dropping, we can go to the important tab up the top and we can see here that April 25th at 1900 PST time until August 26th at 2:30 in the morning PST time. It is a 7.5 hour maintenance starting at news time on the 25th of August, which will input this update. Now, throughout this maintenance period, this is going to be a long ass maintenance, and when it does conclude, I would expect Legend Bonnie to be debuting at that point. That's my assumption at this point. There's no evidence to conclude that, but it's what I think is going to be happening. So I'll just say strap yourselves in, because if that is the case, I will be live streaming as soon as the maintenance is concluding. So we'll be doing just a handful of multis, and I would advise many people out there to not do pulls on the Bonnie banner, because we're like legit a month away, maybe even less at this point, away from getting the Super Sugo Fest with Luffy, Law, and Kid, as well as Roger and Odin making their return to the game. So I would advise you guys to wait until that Sugo Fest comes out, but just know that it's likely going to be Jewelry Bonnie as soon as this maintenance period ends with this awesome version 11.0 update. So in this video today, I want to just talk about the update, give you guys the rundown of everything that's coming out. So we can go over to the Read More tab, and it gives us an infographic for all of the new features that are going to be arriving, and there are a lot of new features. So let's go ahead and start things off. Version 11.0 Pirate Alliance is here. So this is a feature that I've been wanting in the game for a very long time, and they're finally doing it, which is great. So you can form an alliance with other people, which is great, right? And it's kind of similar to when we did like the co-op Kizunas, where you'd have 9 other people, and then including yourself is 10 members in an alliance, and that alliance will be going ahead and competing together against other alliances in Kizuna Clashes. Now, not every single Kizuna Clash is it a Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash. We have this current one out right now with Katakuri coming up. That is not going to be a Pirate Alliance Kizuna. However, next month in September, that one will be a Pirate Alliance Kizuna. So keep that in the back of your mind. Speaking about Pirate Alliance, the way to access it is by going to your home tab where you have your character artworks, and there's going to be a new button there which allows you to check out the Pirate Alliance. And of course, you can form an alliance, or you can find an alliance as well, form a new alliance or join one, and you can see become the strongest alliance with your allies. So you can see that's like the home page of the alliance, where you have all the different characters there for representing each different account that's in your alliance. And you can see that there's a little button that says 6 out of 10 members for this particular screenshot. And you got like a total bounty, so you earn bounty by completing quests. I think in Kizuna Clash you earn a bounty as well, and then your entire alliance will gain bounties for all members included. So you want to be going ahead and choosing players that you can talk to, because that's where you can cooperate with each other a lot easier. Obviously, you can just join a random alliance. If you go over to like find alliance, it'll come up with like a list that you can join. But obviously, if you're able to cooperate with other people on Discord servers, Facebook, or any other social platform, that's going to be really good for cooperating with those people for when you have a Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash. Now, just below that, it does also mention the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash is going to be debuting. We've already kind of touched up on it a little bit, but this is slightly different to a normal Kizuna Clash. You can see here it says earn super boss tokens by defeating the bosses. Spend them to challenge a super boss. So it's kind of similar how you normally farm tokens in Kizuna. You farm tokens to then spend against the boss fight, but now when you verse that boss fight, you get additional tokens to verse a super boss, which is more difficult than the normal Kizuna boss. There's different gimmicks and stuff, and of course when they debut, I'll bring you guys a video on that. And it says you can cooperate. It says you can cooperate with your alliance members to get great rewards. You love to see it. And it says cooperation this time. So it says super boss, defeat the super boss with everyone to get tons of rewards. So yeah, this is something that's kind of different, right? Because it works with the rest of your alliance. Your entire alliance will be going up against the one super boss. And once the super boss has been taken out, all of your alliance have like worked together to defeat that one boss. And then it will revive with a different color and different gimmicks. There's like 3 different, I believe there's 3 different gimmicks once again, and it cycles through, but it's just, the boss has absurd amounts of health. I think it starts off at 1 billion health, and you and your alliance members will whittle away slowly and slowly against that super boss. There's a ranking, so defeat many bosses to raise your alliance's rank, and you get obviously better rewards. And there's missions, complete missions with your alliance by clearing assist quests at Kizuna Clash. Some Kizuna Clash may not have super boss / ranking. So yeah, as I said, not every Kizuna from here on out is a Pirate Alliance Kizuna. I believe there was only one on Japan. Literally when Ace and Sabo debuted alongside the Kuja Pirates, I believe that was the only Pirate Alliance Kizuna. I could be wrong there. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there you go. I'm really looking forward to it though. Really looking forward to creating an alliance and using it in Kizuna Clash. Throughout the Kizuna Clash as well, you can see that you'll actually get additional alliance supports, which will allow you to get, you know, the high stat boost. You know, it says alliance participation bonus or participant bonus, 1.3 stat boost. So of course you want to be in an alliance, play the Kizuna, you get a higher chance for the supports, which means you get more damage output against that boss. Very, very nice to have. Now this is a very controversial addition to the game, the final tap. Well, it was actually called on Japan the last tap, but now it has been dubbed as the final tap on global. So this is going to be a new mechanic that is going to be available for some certain characters, namely Luffy, Law, and Kid that will debut in September have this new mechanic. It's a brand new potential ability that's debuted into the game, and it says that you meet certain requirements during your quest, and then it allows you to activate this final tap feature, which says after launching the unique effect, you tap as the Doom. So Doom on that little picture there, it just meaning it's the last character to attack in the chain, and you get an exciting visual. So a brand new type of special animation will play, and you get an additional effect when that character is the last character to attack in that chain. It says tap on the character as the final tap, you get a very powerful blow. Each of the 3 Super Sugo units, Luffy, Law, and Kid, have a different last tap mechanic, and you know, it's a bit controversial in the fact that you have to use tablets still to level those potential abilities up, but the thing is that they're super rare. Like, they basically do, like, they're not going to appear only if Bandai give them to us, essentially. They're not going to be in regular treasure maps or Kizuna boss, you know, exchange rewards or anything like that. They're very difficult to get a hold of, so the best way to level up these abilities is by using duplicates of the characters, which obviously nobody likes. So that's the big controversy around this mechanic, but the characters do get very insane buffs by having their abilities completely maxed out. Like Luffy gives himself a Wano slot and a huge base attack boost. Law gives himself a 3 times conditional boost against the enemy, and you know, does a 20% of the enemy's health as extra damage. Like, it's pretty nuts. And then Kid gives himself a huge chain lock and AoE damage against all enemies. Like, it's pretty cool some of the stuff that they can do, but honestly, you shouldn't think about it too much. Like, last tap, while it is kind of useful to have, it's not the end all be all. It's not the reason why the character is as good as they are. All 3 of the brand new Super Sugo units that will be coming are still very good, even without the last tap additions to the characters, right? So, you know, last tap, as I said, very controversial. I'm not that excited about it, but I know a lot of people may be excited about it, and hopefully they'll do some really cool ones in the future. And then just below that, it's obviously going through more explanations about this all, as you can, you know, go to the potential abilities, level it up with the tablet, tap on the final tap button to see the details. You know, it's pretty typical stuff, you know, pretty typical stuff. Here is also a profile, so you can have a profile now for your account. So you have a certain character, you have like a little speech bubble with a little bit of information, shows your pirate level, your bounty, your alliance and stuff. Like, nothing really too crazy, but you know, it's a nice little addition to the game that probably should have been there a long time ago, but it's nice to see it, and it's just a nice addition. It's nothing crazy. And of course, we've kind of touched up on this a little bit as well, but the bounty feature is going to be quite predominant in this update. You gain bounty as you progress. New missions are going to be available in order to increase your bounty, and of course, with a higher bounty means that your alliance gets a higher bounty, which is obviously what you want to do. You want to make sure your alliance has the highest bounty possible to be the best alliance in the game, so making sure that you do those missions to get that bounty, of course. And then here is also, this is a really cool mechanic, a new mechanic adding to the game, Super Switch. So the switch effect of characters will now be upgraded. Now, just to let you guys know that this is not going to be buffing older dual units. It's going to be mainly focusing in on newer dual units that will debut in the future. Now, this specific effect means that every time you switch between the 2 characters of a dual unit, it fills up the gauge, and once that gauge is full, when you activate the next switch ability of that unit, it gets a buffed effect. And this particular effect coming out for Ace and Sabo next month is insane. It gives them a 2.25 rainbow color affinity, changes all slots into matching slots. It's like one of the coolest mechanics, and I really hope to see dual units get super evolutions for older dual units that aren't really that useful anymore, and potentially giving them one of these new mechanics. I think that would be a really nice touch, but we're still waiting for it, so hopefully we see something like that in the future. But I think this mechanic has a lot of potential. Now this is a brand new one that a lot of people have been waiting to see, the bonus stat allocation feature, otherwise known as the cotton candy update. So now if you've got any cotton candy on your account, once this update has come out, you can sell it from your account and it automatically is stored onto your account. And you don't have to store the cotton candy on your character box anymore. It's just saved to your account as a value, not as an individual item anymore. So that saves a lot of space, kind of like limit break materials. When you farm limit break materials, it doesn't go to your character box, it's just saved to your account. And that's exactly what's happening with cotton candy now. So you can have a lot more box space that is dedicated to characters, rather than cotton candy, pigs, etc., right? So that's a really cool addition. And now there's cotton candy sliders, so you don't have to feed individual cotton candies to characters. You can go ahead and just use these sliders to use the cotton candies that are available on your account to just feed to the character directly, which is a huge addition to the game. I'm very much looking forward to this. I know many people out there are looking forward to it as well. This is a really good change. This is also an interesting one. Cleared crew feature is here. So when you go into a quest, you can see what crews you have built that have already beaten that particular piece of content before. I think this is going to be great for GARP challenges, because every single month when they refresh, you have to go back, reset your teams. But now if you go to a quest, you can click on a cleared crew and say, oh, I've already beaten this GARP challenge with this particular team. I can automatically set that as my team instead of going ahead back to your crew menu, setting each individual character, each individual crewmate, each individual support effect, and making sure everything's all good, and the ship as well. Everything is auto set here. Great addition to the game. Should have been there a long time ago, but now we have it now. Really good quality of life update. And this is now another really cool buff. So the stamina meats have been slightly changed. So on the Gather Island, the stamina meats, whenever you pick them up, it obviously fills up your stamina bar, but the thing is you can only store 2 at a time, and essentially if you had full stamina and you had 2 out of 2 meats on your Gather Island, you couldn't pick them up. But now they've added a new feature into the game where every time you level up your account, you don't get full stamina anymore. Instead, you get given a meat, and you can now click the plus button as it's kind of suggested here, and all these meats that you store up, you can use them whenever you want, and you can stack up as much stamina as you want. So if you're about to grind for like a good solid 2 hours or 3 hours or however long, you can stack up a ton of meats on your account and just go crazy and without having to stop with your farm, which I think is a really cool addition. You can see in that little menu there are 2 different types of meats. You've got a full meat and you've got a half meat, and obviously, as it would suggest, the full meat is a full stamina bar, the half meat is half of your stamina bar. But yeah, this is going to be good. Definitely for more veteran players, this is better, but if you're like newer to the game and you're consistently leveling up, it is kind of nice every time you level up to just get a stamina refill. Now you get given a meat and you have to manually do your own stamina refill, which does kind of suck, but definitely for the veteran players, this is going to be much better for them. And it does make the meat roaster on Gather Island a little bit more valuable to level up with this new meat update, because you can stock up a bunch of these meats, and when there's something on Extra Island you need to farm for, you can spend a bunch of those meats and go crazy. So this is going to be a really nice update for those types of players. And then there's just a little miscellaneous list of other updates. So you've got the shop button at the home menu, so you can purchase rainbow gems from the home menu instead of having to go to the Sugofest Tavern and then purchasing from there. I know for many people that probably doesn't matter, but it's an update, I guess. Makes things a bit easier. Details button is added for the unlockable quests. I don't really think that really mattered too much, but it's fine. Honestly, what they need to do is make it so that when you click on a quest guide, you can see like the gimmicks of a boss fight. We've seen it on Treasure Map. It happens on Kizuna. I would love to see gimmicks for fights on all quests in the game. I think that would be a great addition. I know it's a pretty big feat in order to do it, but I would love to see it happen. This is also something kind of cool as well. 3 times stamina, 3 times drops. So now you can spend 3 times the stamina to just farm things 3 times faster than you would normally. This is going to be great for, when a new arena comes out, or a new Clash comes out, to just farm it a lot faster now, which I think is a great addition. I really love that new addition to the game. I'm definitely going to be abusing it for sure whenever new arenas or new Clash events come out for sure. And they've also given everyone 300 free box space as well on top of that. It does mention a lot of other things here, but that's the gist of things. There's lots of stuff here. Pirate Alliance, Kizuna Clash with the Super Boss stuff, bonus stat feature, which is the Cotton Candy update, selling characters for training points and giving you Cotton Candy back, the cleared cruise feature, stamina meat, 3 times stamina, 3 times drops. This one says here, reduced login data transmission. I don't know what that means. I would assume that it means that it's going to be faster to log into the game. Who knows? Potentially. It also says added Pirate Rumble resume feature. So I think it means that if you're in the middle of a Pirate Rumble match and your game like will freeze or crash, that if you relog the game, you're still going to be in your Pirate Rumble match instead of giving you a loss. I think that's what that means. And also mentions Golden Cave quest renewal. I'm not really too sure what gets renewed in that quest, but it's going to be renewed, and other minor bug fixes. But this is a humongous update, guys. Version 11.0, I'm very much looking forward to it. Make sure to start prepping your alliances, start talking with people to get your alliances sorted. But that is going to wrap up this video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.